Hi, I'm Cody Stewart, representing Koryu Uchinati under Hanshi Patrick McCarthy. In this KU Quick Tip, the third in the series on rotation, I want to consider the axis of rotation. Often we imagine the axis to be vertical through our center, but there are cases where this is not optimal. It can be helpful to shift or tilt the axis of rotation away from that vertical axis through the center. Let's take a look. Consider a reverse punch. If we rotate about our center, then the hip on the punching side will be moving forward, which is good, but the hip on the opposite side will be moving backwards. The result is that our center of mass stays in the same place, and all the energy comes from the rotation alone. Instead, what we want to do is to consider the axis of rotation to be about the forward hip. That way, my entire body comes through when I rotate, so I get more of my mass behind the punch, not to mention better reach. First we see the centered axis, then the shifted. Now that we've looked at how the axis of rotation may not always be through our center, let's consider that it may not always be vertical. Consider performing your low and high hook punches with an under action and an over action in your body, respectively. Imagine a very close context where you're striking from clinch. Your low hook is going to angle up and into the body, while the high hook will clear the shoulder and angle down towards the chin. As the low hook angles up and in, to facilitate that, we're going to tilt the axis of rotation forward and to the right, such that our body movement on rotation follows that up and in action. Likewise, with the high hook, I'll tilt the axis of rotation forward and down, such that the rotation brings the hook over the shoulder and down towards the chin. So for contrast, a vertical axis versus the tilted axis. Let's look further at that over and down body action. Any downward strike can benefit from this. A downward elbow strike, first the vertical rotation, then the tilted rotation. A downward bow strike, the vertical rotation, then the tilted rotation. If you begin to consider not just the rotation, but the entire movement of your body to be following the technique, you'll find you're generating much more power, and it should feel more fluid. Now that we've seen a few examples of tilting or shifting the axis of rotation to get more body into the movement, hopefully you'll be able to find more places where you can work this concept into your practice. I'm Cody Stewart. Thanks for watching this KU Quick Tip.